Well, anyway, if you cannot believe what I'm about to tell you, I can't believe it neither. The people that Cain Velasquez shot at are suing Cain Velasquez for $1 million in damages. Can you imagine the audacity? Could you imagine being Cain Velasquez right now? These people did your children, and now they're suing you for $1 million in their supposed damages. It's absolutely infuriating. Any normal human being hearing this should be absolutely fumed in anger. Can you believe this? What kind of place do they live in? California? I guess. California or Arizona, one of these places that they live in, it could let this kind of thing go on? Suing. So let's see what we got going on here. A scheduled court hearing concerning financial restitution in the Cain Velasquez case has officially been postponed. The new date is set for June 3rd. A former UFC heavyweight champion is currently serving a 5-year prison sentence after pleading guilty in March to attempted murder, aggravated assault, and multiple firearms charges. The charges stem from a highly publicized incident in February 2022 when Velasquez allegedly engaged in a high-speed chase, firing multiple rounds into a vehicle carrying Harry Goularte, a man accused of sexually abusing Velasquez's young son. One of the bullets struck and injured Goularte's stepfather. Although Velasquez is serving his prison sentence at Wasco State Prison in California, having already been credited with 1,283 days for time previously served, he remains liable for financial restitution, according to the official U.S. Department of Justice website. How much compensation are the victims demanding? During a court hearing held on Wednesday, Velasquez's attorney Renee Hesseling challenged the restitution claims submitted by the victims' legal team. Hesseling described the financial demands as unreasonably high, pointing to a specific demand of over $1 million, which includes child care expenses. Oh, dirty. The victims in this case are the victims. The victims in this case are demanding an unreasonably high amount of money, Hesseling stated in court. According to MMA Junkie, we do believe Mr. Velasquez should pay some sort of restitution, but they are even asking him to pay for their child care. And that request alone is for $1 million. Unbelievable. We contest this. Prosecutor Aaron French emphasized that the victims are eager to move forward and find closure. I bet they are. French also noted that the Goularte and his family plan to have their own legal representation present at the upcoming hearing. The victims are anxious to put this behind them. Hopefully the defense will provide the necessary documentation before the next hearing so that we can schedule a restitution trial. Meanwhile, Harry Goularte continues to deny the allegations of abuse involving Velasquez's minor son. His criminal trial is currently scheduled for June 2nd, just one day before the rescheduled restitution hearing. If convicted, Goularte could face a lengthy prison term, though no further details about the ongoing investigation have been made public. Cain Velasquez's legal troubles are far from over. While he serves his time, contentious financial battle awaits his court in June. The outcome could significantly affect not only Velasquez's financial future, but also set a precedent for high-profile vigilante cases. Guys, could you imagine the horror of finding out that your child has been misappropriately treated by adults in their supervision and they turn around and sue you, who took action of revenge, for $1 million? And part of that is to cover child care expenses. Wow, man. Whoever thought of this one is just devious. I mean, I couldn't even imagine thinking like that in any of the senses. But that being said, crazy stuff. Crazy. So on to some lighter stuff. We got a UFC Kansas City this weekend. Yay! That's what I'm talking about. Let's go UFC Kansas City. Carlos Prates versus Garry. Let's go. Gonna have a nice little fight. Gonna be a good battle. You know what I'm saying? Carlos Prates, he's the Nightman, coming up against the future Garry. Now this is kind of tough one to pick at first because Carlos Prates was going to fight somebody else, and it was obvious Carlos was going to win. So then Ian Garry hops in under short notice, and everybody's like, oh, geez, well, Carlos Prates is still going to win because they had it in the mindset that he was going to win. But then people started sitting back and thinking. And I know because I put out a poll, and I watched it change over days. It started out with Prates at like 65%. He's going to win, 35% Garry. Today, neck and neck. So what happened? People started marinating on this and thinking about it. And they decided amongst themselves that there's no way that Ian Garry is not going to win. It's impossible. Ian Garry is an elite fighter with better skills, better footwork, incredible defense and offense, skilled on both standing up and on the floor. Meanwhile, Carlos Prates, he's a one-punch knockout killer. And it's not the first time that Ian Garry's faced somebody with very, very hard punches. And also, Prates smokes cigarettes, of all things. So it just goes to show the level of dedication there. It's not just that he's smoking cigarettes. It just goes to show that fighting isn't everything to him. Ian Garry, fighting to him is everything. That's all he ever says. I was born to fight. I was born to fight. How in the world is he going to lose to Carlos Prates? Very smart move of Ian Garry to jump on this one, because for him, it's going to be a relatively easy win. He's saving the card. He's doing the UFC a favor. And I'm telling you, if he handles him just the way he should, Prates, he could be next in line for a title shot after they finally figure out what's going on with the belt. And much to the chagrin of guys like Sean Brady, who's out there complaining, Garry says he deserves a title shot after this, da-da-da-da-da. Brady, I don't know, man. He's a lot more exciting than you are. He's going to sell more pay-per-views. And I think everybody in the universe would rather see him fight for the belt than you. Maybe fight you for the belt or something. But other than that, just take a seat, little man. It ain't happening this time. I got Ian Garry for the win, handily. I think it's going to go to decision, though. I don't see it being... If it's not going to go decision, it'll be a submission. I can see a submission. Nobody's getting knocked out in this one, though. Gary's not known for power punches, and Prates ain't going to be able to connect with Ian Garry. I doubt it highly. So what else do we got going on today? I also want to talk about the feminization of the UFC and the feminization of the entire country in general, but most specifically the UFC, because I like the UFC. I don't care about the rest of the world and all the other stuff that's going on, but I don't want to see this happen to the sport that I love. Guys, I've been around this thing since 1993 when you had to trade VCR tapes to watch the UFC. You go to Blockbuster, rent it, never take it back, and then just give it around to all your friends. You'd spread them around, and then somebody's parents would have to pay all the late fees, but that was not our problem back then. Back then, it was vicious, serious-looking, murderous killers. People that you would never want to run into in a dark alley. You know, and today, guys like you would have guys like, I like to equate it to, you would have guys like Tank Albert, contrasted by today, where you got Peyton Talbot. Just looking at these two guys, you can see that there's something going on here. In 30 years, how do we go from this being a featured fighter to this guy being a featured fighter? It's a long systemic problem that's been going on for a hot minute now. And not only is it mentally for people, it's being chemically induced upon us. It's being chemically forced. I took some notes here. Let me tell you a little bit about what I found. So, there are chemicals that interfere with the body's hormone systems, particularly estrogen, testosterone, and thyroid hormones. Common found EDCs are bisphenol A, a chemical found on the inside of cans, plastic bottles, and bisphenol A was in every single product until they started making some bisphenol A free products. But bisphenol A, if it doesn't say bisphenol A free, it's got bisphenol in the making of the material, and it's highly estrogenic. Phthalates, they're found in personal care products, vinyl, etc. Atrazine, widely used herbicide, highly estrogenic, takes away your bulls, your testosterone. Documented effects in animals and possibly humans too. Feminization of male frogs and fish to atrazine or estrogen mimicking chemicals is true. People laugh about gay frogs, but you can actually look up the study right there on YouTube. Scientists are sitting around and they pull up the thing with the frogs, and there's two frogs. One's trying to mount the other one, but they're both guys. Low testosterone levels in human males observed in some studies, though the link to EDCs is still under investigation. It's the cause. Early puberty in girls is happening, along with reproductive disorders more. Declining sperm counts have also raised red flags. And just look at the kids today. All of them little tiny things, little weak sticks, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the, man, back in my day, we had vicious killers. Even when we were in school, when we go walking past the cars, people lock their doors and we come walking by, like, oh, shit. I don't know what the hell's going on. The whole country's going to hell. Donald Trump is at least going to slow it up a little bit. Now, he's going to slow it down some. He's not going to allow the feminization of everything to happen. But what's going to happen after he's gone? They've been working for years to break us down, to make us into easily controlled subjects. As opposed, you don't want to have a bunch of strong men that you got to control. As soon as you do something wrong, they're going to rebel against you, take you over, throw you out the door. That being said, may Allah bless you, may Jesus save you, may Buddha give you all the information you've been looking for, may the Hindu guy keep you from turning blue like he did, in the Lord's name we pray. Das Vidanya.